Hello, my name is Mariana, and today this is a reading for Sagittarius. So, Sagittarius, as usual, I'm doing this reading with my own tarot deck, so the cards that you see are from this deck. So, Sagittarius, it seems like you're taking this leap, going towards a risk, I should say, something that feels risky to others because maybe there is just little information, or it's a huge unknown. There isn't much that you can work with in terms of just tangible things. It's maybe too abstract, or just a possibility. But despite you not knowing a lot of details about this opportunity, it feels like you know that this is right for you because you feel in your heart that you're the right one for this thing. And I feel like you have a great backup energy, and that's because you have friends that are cheering for you. And it seems like this, at the end of the story, at the end of the reading, this feels like a dream come true, because I feel like you're going to it's like you're going to reach a goal, or you're going to achieve something that, despite not knowing what it entails, right? Because it feels like a big risk. It's like you're excited to go in that direction, and you know that for whatever it's worth, it is going to be fulfilling for you, right? And the result, it's like this very incredible sharing of your experience, not just to those who are cheering for you, but also to, I want to say, to an audience. But there is somebody in particular in this audience that might challenge you, but with really, really smart questions. And that's the fulfilling part, which might be very surprising for you. So, let's begin with, not much information here, but you very decided, I want to say, to continue going on, continue taking the steps forward. The Two of Swords to me today, specifically for you, was showing me this kind of like this general question to you, Sagittarius, asking you, are you sure about this? Right? This is what I heard from this card. Are you sure about this? Are you sure that you want to proceed, even though you cannot see much further, even though you don't have much information, even though you don't know much about where you're going, about what are the consequences, about, everything that you will have to face if you go in this direction? And you're pretty much saying, yep, I'm ready. So it's almost like you're not bothered by the fact that, you're leaping into the unknown. It's actually what is driving you, because, as I said, the Knight of Cups is talking about the heart resonance. So what is guiding you? It's not much of your vision, or, it's like you seeing where you're going. This is not why you're doing this. This is not why you are taking this risk and taking this opportunity, but it's because in your heart, you know that you have to do this. It's interesting because I've never seen this a lot with the Knights, even though today is coming through as this sense of not duty or obligation, but there is this sense of having a mission, right? Knowing that you have something that you are that you have been tasked with, that you are responsible for. So this is your mission. And in your heart, you know that it makes sense to proceed forward, taking those steps, even though you don't see much ahead, right? So if this is resonating, I feel like there is something that is very critical so that you can go through this obstacle course. And the word that is coming through with the Eight of Wands is agility. It's like you need to be quick at your feet, right? It's like you have to be very agile in terms of making your moves, right? Taking the steps. So it's almost like your steps are going to be taken not by previous knowledge, because you don't have that. So it's almost like you cannot count on information, right? It's like you will have to figure out as you go. And I feel like that's because if you keep on moving, it's like the agility will keep the momentum going, right? Because what I'm seeing with this Eight of Wands, despite being, you know, the quickest card in the deck, the quickest minor arcana, this is showing me this obstacle course, but it's almost like it has different levels, because I'm seeing like a parkour type of, you know, those people that jump, you know, from building to building, you know, and it's like they have this agility, right? It's like it almost seems easy looking from outside, right? It's like, you know, obviously they are concentrated, they are focused, they are, you know, they're quick in their feet, they are agile, they have to keep on moving, right? Because it's almost like even when they're falling, even when they're hitting the ground, it's like, you know, these people, the le parkour athletes, is that how you call them? I don't know. It's like even when they fall, even when they hit the ground, it's like they don't feel the impact because they're on the move, right? And this is how I feel like this is how it's critically important that you know that beyond this, right? Beyond knowing just a few essential things, right? And nothing else, it's like what is critical, you know, alongside following your heart is to be agile, because the more agile you are, Sagittarius, the quicker you're going to respond to the environment, right? Because so the Eight of Wands is like the obstacle that the environment is presenting to you. It's almost like a video game, right? It's like you never know when another it's not a challenge, but it's like another type of what is the word? The word that's coming through is challenge, but it's not necessarily, right? It's like the next thing, right? The next phase, the next it's like the next slide, the next whatever it is, right? Whatever task you have to perform, whatever you have to do to keep on ongoing, to keep on doing this the best that you can, in a way that you don't feel the impact, that you absorb the impact, right? It's like just like the parkour athletes, right? Going from building to building and from, you know, different heights, different it's like different environments, right? Maybe the environment around you, it's going to change very quickly. So it's like you will have to be agile to adapt to the change in your environment, because you won't have much information about what is coming next. It's like you're going to have to be quick on your feet, right? And so part of the reason why you are following your heart, Sagittarius, is because the Three of Cups is your team backing you up, right? This is you here. This is you taking the lead. This is you going for it. But the Two Cups here, you know, giving you this, it's like they're cheering for you, right? They're on the sidelines, but not necessarily the silence. The way that I'm seeing this, it's almost like you have to go ahead and they're staying behind in a sense, but what they are it's almost like they're pushing you forward. They are it's like they are truly supporting you, but not in a way that they are making you want to stay. It's quite the opposite. It's like you want to go because you know that it's like you want to make them proud, perhaps, right? The ones that are staying, okay, so that's interesting. The ones that are cheering for you, it's like they see you as equal, right? Because the Three Cups are equal, but there is a slight advantage to you because you're ahead of them. So it's almost like maybe you're the first to try this out, or to take this leap, or to take this risk. And it's almost like they are wanting to see how you're going to perform. It's like it's like you're the first one experiencing this directly. You're the first on this trial. But it's like they are wishing you the best, right? It's like they admire you to having the courage to go first, right? And it's almost like they're excited to, you know, for their turn to come next, but it's like they're proud to see you go, and they're truly wishing you the best, right? So it's like, you know, the best of bestest friends. I don't know if that's a proper way to say it, but it's like, you know, really, really, really good friends, people that are really, really supportive. And so this is kind of like the first chapter, let's say, in this storyline. So there is this moment where you're certain that you know that you want to go for this with the Two of Swords. And then there is this layer of you knowing how it resonates with your heart, knowing that you will have to be agile, and knowing that, you know, you being the first, it's like, it's very, very brave, but it's like you have the support, the backup of these friends that are just reminding you, right? It's like they're so loving and so kind and so positive, right? They're positive. It's almost like they are giving this incentive, like just encouraging you, right? Even more so, because it's like they know that when their time comes, it's like you'll be there to support them as well, right? So the next layer of cards here is bringing me this other part of this story, other chapter of this story that talks about how you came back, how you it's like how you came to the other side, how you performed all of this, and the experience that now you have because of all of that, and what you're choosing to do with all of this experience, which seems to be sharing, because we do have the Hierophant. So the Hierophant today is coming through as a teacher, and it's interesting because I feel like not only you already have this support crew, this team, or this, you know, fans, maybe you already have fans, right? People that are cheering for you. So it's almost like you already have like a small audience in a sense, so that you can share the things that you have learned, because they are eager to hear what you have to say, because they're going to take the same leap. They're going to go on, you know, an adventure, another obstacle course of their own. So it's almost like they want to learn from your experience. They want to learn from you. And this is a reason why I feel like it's like there are admirers, but not secret admirers. It's like they are full on admirers. It's almost like, you know, cheerleaders, let's say. It's like they are not shying away from supporting you, and they are kind of, you know, putting you on a pedestal, to be honest, because it's like here you're the same, right? The Three of Cups, it's like you're all in the same boat in a sense. It's like you're all unexperienced until this moment, until you go and do this, and when you come back, it's like you're seen as the one that has so much experience, right? It's like this wealth of experience and knowledge and direct experience. That's the thing. It's not knowledge just because you have read about something, but it's because you have been there. It's like you've done that, right? So it's like you have this embodied knowledge. So this is a reason why I feel like it's like this jump to this level of teacher, the one who shares the thing that you have learned from your own le parcours course or obstacle course, right? So the moment that you're sharing, the moment that you decide that this is the next stage, that this is the right thing to do, perhaps because you do feel in your heart that once that mission has been accomplished, it's like the next mission is to now teach about what you have lived through. There is somebody in particular, the Queen of Swords, that can be very inquisitive. It's like they're very smart. They have it's almost like if you know that to go through this obstacle course, you had to be quick on your feet. It's like they are very quick with their questions, with their mind. It's like they have, you know, okay, so here's the thing that I'm seeing. It's like you're giving a lecture, or you're just, you know, chatting with maybe your friends, right? And they bring along somebody, or maybe it could be, you know, one of your friends, but I feel like this is actually somebody else. They're not part of your first fans or your first team of supporters, right? It's like this is somebody that comes along after you have already achieved this. It's like they haven't seen this initial process of you starting, right? Of you just launching yourself and taking this leap. It's like they only know you from this moment on, right? And because of that, and because they're very interested also, they're curious to, it's almost like they want to take from you all that they can get, but not in a malicious way, not in a negative way, just in a way, it's almost like they're a journalist, right? It's like they want to get from you everything that you can bring to them, right? So the scene that I'm seeing, it's like this audience, right? You're giving a lecture to an audience, and then it's like there is this Q&A session at the end, and then they quickly like just raise their hands, or they just, you know, jump out of their seat saying that they have a question. And it's not like they have just one question, it's almost like they ask something and then immediately you answer, but then they reply, and it's like this constant conversation. So that's the reason why I feel like for you, the interest of this person, it's actually just sparking in you the desire to share even more, right? So, and it's interesting because perhaps with these ones that you share first, it's like they already admire you. So it's like you don't need to share a lot so that you already have the admiration of these ones. It's like, so it's okay. The thing about these ones, it's like they already see you as this hierophant, so they already respect you, they are already learning from you, but they have their own adventure to go on, right? So it's almost like they need just the necessary information so that they take the leap, so it's their turn. But the other people, and perhaps maybe this is the first one that really leaves like a mark, right? It's like maybe the first one that you perceive that are really, really interested in what you're saying, right? Despite your, you know, your friend group being interested. It's like, this is maybe a stranger that you have never seen. Maybe it is in fact a journalist, right? That is wanting to interview you to, you know, just know more or write a piece on you or whatever it is, right? So they have interesting, quick questions. And it's almost like for you, it really sparks this understanding that you have come to a place of authority in a sense, right? And it's interesting because it's reminding me of the last reading. What was it? The Scorpio reading. There was, I can't remember if it was in the first part of it, or if it was in the extended, that it was talking about meeting people that were reflecting back to Scorpio their own authority. And I feel like that's it. It has a little bit of this in here for you, but it's almost like their interest, their curiosity, their desire to just learn more and more, it's just a way that is verbalizing to you or externalizing to you that you can be in this position now, that you are, you know, maybe because if these ones that you already know were already placing you on this pedestal and, you know, saying that you're a teacher and just seeing you as one, maybe you didn't consider, because it's like, you know, among them, among this group, it's like you're one and the same. It's like there is no distinction. But when somebody that doesn't know you shows the same respect, the same level of interest, that's how you know that they were not exaggerating, right? Your friends were not exaggerating. It's like, in fact, you're so prepared that what you want, in a sense, it's like a one-on-one conversation. Because as I said, the scene that I was seeing with these two cards was like this audience, right? So it's like maybe it's a large group, right? Many people just hearing you speak about your experience. But then this one, it's like they have something about them that's like that makes you want to talk to them more, right? Or more in depth, or just about other things that perhaps weren't in this scope of the lecture, in a sense. And so for you, Sagittarius, this is the true fulfillment. It's like when among, you know, the audience that you're lecturing for, it's like you see people that are really, really, really interested. Because the Nine of Cups is like your way of showing how you are grateful, in a sense, for their questions. Perhaps to other people, it's like they are, you know, just too smart or too intellectual or too inquisitive, right? But for you, it's like this just sparks joy and fulfillment because it's your dream come true to have somebody make those questions to you, which is so, it's now coming through more and more, like, you know, an interviewer or a journalist or somebody or a blogger or, you know, somebody that is just wanting to know more about what you have lived through, what is, you know, the lessons that you're bringing from that experience, that you had to have a lot of courage, a lot of bravery, a lot of agility, a lot of trust in your heart. And so this for you is, it's like this, it's proof that everything that you had to leap, right, and take this big risk, that is worthwhile. Everything was worthwhile because it's like, because this person is making the right questions, right? And you're happy to answer. So that is amazing, Sagittarius. Yeah, oh, by the way, at the bottom of the deck, we do have the Three of Pentacles. So I wonder, and this is just, you know, a side note just to end here. Maybe what this person is wanting to chat with you, you know, after you propose, that you have a one-on-one or a more in-depth conversation, is to work together, right? Or do some sort of collaboration, right? This is what the Three of Pentacles was talking to me as, you know, an additional information. So, Sagittarius, I am going to pull more cards for you to see where this wants to go. You are already very fulfilled, so I'm happy to see that. But whatever wants to come next, I'm open to it. So we'll see what's coming in the extended. And also I'm going to pull from the astrological runes there. So if you want to join me in the extended, I'll be very, very happy to see you there. You can find the link down below. If not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.